It's one of the best things I've seen for a long time. It's really wonderful to see Prabhupada being made available to all of his disciples. There's not many of us left, and I think this initiative as a show of appreciation is itself very much appreciated. Not that we look for rewards from doing our service, but if somebody does some special service and it gets recognized, that's very good. It's nice to be recognized and appreciated. It gives us enthusiasm. And Prabhupada said that without enthusiasm, nothing can be done. If I had not been enthusiastic to fulfill the order of my spiritual master, then I would be still sitting in Vrindavan. So this is, I take it it's an inspired gesture to give Prabhupada's disciples that reminder, even if it's a little miniature one. I've got Prabhupada on my altar here. I have one of his teeth also. But this gift of Prabhupada, I can't say how much I appreciate it. It's truly a gift of love. So I want to thank you all, whoever's been working on this project. It's excited a lot of devotees. I saw when Madam Mohan Prabhu went to Australia, and I saw the devotees, they call the Prabhupada disciples at the New Govardhan farm, they call them together, and then Mukunda Maharaj, he gave out each person one of these Prabhupada in the box, and they were so appreciative. Some of them were crying. So the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, as extensions of Prabhupada himself, have done amazing things. Yeah, it's very good. Who was the artist?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, you know, considering it's a very tiny size, which is good for travelling. I thought it was excellent. It really, I mean, you can see this is Prabhupada. Prabhupada, at 70 years old, he had this burning desire. What was that desire? To please the spiritual master, his spiritual master, and fulfill the requests that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj had made, that you preach to the English-speaking people. That will do good for you and for the world in large. So Prabhupada had that desire with him always, but he had no means. And then he got to the age of 70. That's the beginning of old age. And that's when he began. And within 11 years, he had 100 temples all around the world. So many deities being worshipped. Farm communities, gurukulas, and what to speak about is work on his books. So Prabhupada was able to do that because of his disciples. He told us that I was simply loitering in the street in New York, and you were also loitering. So he said, just like it was a man, he wanted to make some music. So he, in one place he found a string. In another place he found a pumpkin gourd and another stick. So like that he made a musical instrument, Prabhupada said, and then he was able to make nice music. So similarly, I was simply loitering here in the street in New York, but then one by one you came, and now we can make some music. So Prabhupada was very fully aware that without the youthful energy from his disciples, he could not have done what he did. And we as youths, beginning, most of us, I mean, the people that Prabhupada attracted, they were between 15 years old and 30. That was it. When I joined in Sydney in the beginning of 1972, there was about 10 or 12 devotees, and that was for the whole country. Then I joined in February. In April, Prabhupada came to Sydney for the second time. It was my first time seeing him. I'd just shaved up 6 weeks before. And in the 6 weeks from when I joined, the temple population went from about 10 or 12 to 45 devotees just in 6 weeks. And you can imagine there's tremendous enthusiasm. And Prabhupada took that youthful energy and he deployed his agents, his disciples, all over the world. And he himself went there with them and attracted so many people. Prabhupada did say that the Lord Chaitanya's movement was due to be taken around the world, and he said, I take it that my disciples have been sent to me by my spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, to help me establish this movement worldwide. So it's very nice now we're in old age, because when Prabhupada had fulfilled his desire of, Prativita Sheshito and Agaradi ground, when he fulfilled that desire, then he gave his useful disciples the order to continue where he left off. So now in 2024 we've got maybe I think there's probably about 600 or 700 Prabhupada disciples that are active. That's what I've been told. But in another 5 years or 10 years, there'll be practically no one, because we're in our 70s and 80s now. So it's nice to be appreciated and recognized. Prabhupada knew that. He would always encourage us. It's not exactly a material thing. It's what is your object of affection? And Prabhupada, he would always encourage us. It doesn't matter where you come from, what your caste or race or religion or colour, or we're all one family, and we can all unite under Lord Chaitanya's banner. And he would tell us repeatedly, go on chanting, go on book distribution, keep going, don't worry about what happened in the past, but keep this momentum. He said, he told us at the end in Vrindavan in 1977, at least if you can't expand the movement, at least maintain it. What we've got now, he said, is we're in a prestigious position. Of course, we've seen over the years that ISKCON has multiplied in so many different ways, more than 800 centres now. And 65 million? I forget the figures now. 500 million books, somewhere around that, have been distributed. So Prabhupada, if he said just one nice thing, you would feel so enlivened and enthused that Prabhupada has recognized me, or recognized some service that I've done. And it could be the simplest things, like somebody in Mayapur, one of the ladies here in 1976, she gave Prabhupada like a bookmark, which is embroidered and like a fancy. And I laid it on Prabhupada's desk for him to see. And immediately his face softened, and he said, "Oh," he said, "they're doing so much nice service." So it's good. We really do appreciate it. So thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.